Northland State Park see hundreds of thousands of visitors taking in the beauty every year. But not everyone can enjoy them, at least until now. Northern News Now's Madison Green takes us to the launch of a new initiative at Split Rock Lighthouse State Park.
Turning a life of exclusion into inclusion.
I've been in a wheelchair since age 8. I was diagnosed at age 7, and so a lot of my memories were outside then. When medical stuff took over and being in a manual chair, it became more of a life of, exclusion or isolation.
Jenna Udenberg is a disability advocate and educator from Minnesota. She now uses these all-terrain track chairs to explore the state park.
Being able to be on the rugged North Shore, pretty awesome going on the bigger hills, being out on the beach. I haven't been on the beach since I was a little kid.
13 Minnesota state parks now have at least one of them.
Hey. You sure you're ready?
I think so.
It's part of a project the Minnesota DNR launched last year, and it's expanding to places like Split Rock Lighthouse State Park.
I see all these things on Facebook and social media and online and websites from all of our local photographers, but actually to be there yourself and actually experience that, I'm excited to come back and experience it even more.
Starting Tuesday, people with lower levels of mobility like Udenberg can use the all-terrain track chairs to explore 10 miles of nature at Split Rock, and the DNR hopes lots of people do just that.
There's proven research out there that spending time in nature increases your wellness, and so we have a vision that we want to get more people outdoors and provide that experience to everybody.
For Udenberg, taking the chair out on the trails is an opportunity for everyone to learn.
It's helping to break that stigma, because disability is not a bad word, and disability culture and disability community have an amazing amount of experiences and life and wisdom to offer to the world around us.
At Split Rock Lighthouse, Madison Green, Northern News Now.
And the DNR says they want to bring chairs to state parks that don't have them yet. They're free to reserve. You can just call the Split Rock Lighthouse main office ahead of time. We have that contact information on our website.